What up, guys? So the day is a pretty good day so far. Let's go for a ride. Let's just go for a ride. I can honestly say that was a first. So the first thing I need to do is go to the car wash. Just kind of need to spray it off. I still got rubber on the back, which I'm hoping a good spray will take that off, so I won't have to scrub or waste my money and end up having to come back to the home and come back to the house and scrub. All right, so we're at the car wash. All right, so we got the old girl all cleaned up as good as I could, as quickly as I could, because it's gonna rain anyway. Just need to kind of toobity boobity it off. Then we gotta go get some gas. Made me nervous. I guess I gotta turn the air off now, unless I wanna mess up my windows. We may just have to clean them back off. I do not like running with the air on until it gets like too hot. And right now it's 81, so that is pretty cool in Texas. Now we're on the way to get some E85. I have to pass up probably 6 gas stations on the way just to get that corn. Gotta get that corn. All right, we're going to that gas station right there. Now, as you can see, it's almost always full. Okay, we just got some E. I don't know about you guys. Is E85 this cheap where you live? It's like $2.77. For some reason, I'm never filling it up. I'm gonna always just put a half a tank. And that was a good guesstimate. So let's test out this fan switch. My coolant temperature is 207. Let's put it on high and see if it drops. Just dropped to 205 just like that. That's what I'm talking about. 2 degrees in about a minute it dropped with this Casper fan switch. So in the big scheme of things, do y'all even consider 207 in 84 degrees as hot? Thing about it is, it's been so long since my car was stock, I don't remember what the temperatures were supposed to be. You know, there's always good and bad part about coming up from humble beginnings. One of the good things is, I don't care how hot it is out here, I'm okay with the windows being down. Because I'm used to riding on the back of pickup trucks. I mean, for the longest, my car didn't even have any air conditioning. Back when I was younger, what did I have? I had a Honda Accord. It was a Honda Accord. I didn't have no air in that thing. I had a Oldsmobile Cadillac. I ain't had no air in that thing. Air, what was that? God's good air, that's about all I had. So now, when I just want to listen to the motors, just want to crack the windows halfway, I'm perfectly okay with no air. Alrighty, so I just got a random check engine light. Don't know what that is, but we're gonna let the car sit for a minute. And these errands are no bueno. I need to get back to the crib. Luckily, I'm not that far, but the power was kind of cutting out. That's kind of weird. Don't know what that was or is, so I'm hoping it started back. I don't know if y'all can see that check engine light. The coolant temperature had went up to like 214, and the car was cutting out. Then it was driving fine. And the coolant temperature is dropped back down, but we're gonna go ahead and take it on back to the crib. Take it on back to the crib and pull that code. Yeah, I don't know. We need to get to the crib. All right, let's see if we can make it. Yeah, the only thing I've done was install that fan switch. That's all I done did. And this is really the first time driving it since I installed it. Surely that can't be it. That wouldn't make any sense. And the fan is working. We'll just have to pull the code. That's the only way to tell. But we're going back to the real. I wonder if it had something to do with the fact that I'm changing it. I'm changing the fan position in mid-flight, and it's confusing the computer. I don't know. There's only one way to tell. That's to pull the codes. Codes are amazing. Tell you a lot about what's going on. That and the internet. Alrighty then. Fun times, fun times. Let's pull this damn code to see what that is. I'm willing to bet you it has something to do with me trying to control that fan at the same time the car is trying to control that fan. So that is my guess. But we are going to find out. She nasty though. Nevertheless, she nasty though. If you don't have one of these, get one off the Amazonian. They come in handy. All right. Let's see here. Be scanning it. Scan. Waiting for vehicle to respond. All right, I can't do this with two hands. One hand. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's a P0700. I think I know what that is. Look at that. Fan on anyway. So I think I know what code that is, but we're gonna pull it up on my phone to be on the safe side. Okay, so P0700 is pretty much what I thought it was. It's a transmission code. So a long time ago, I had got this code and I called the shop and they said that code is normal to pop up when you have an aftermarket converter. If you stopped and you're on an incline. And if I recall correctly, he said just to reset it. So I've had this code a couple times since then, and that was years ago. So I had a feeling that's what it was, because the car would kind of go into limp mode, just like it just did. But we're gonna let it sit for a minute, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to push my luck, but we should be okay. Okay, so I still got errands to run. Old Faithful, we taking Old Faithful. Do not hate on a Kia. Don't hate on it.